is the function? What is the function of the coolant? What is the function of the antifreeze? Yes, improve the heat transfer. Improve the heat transfer. That's the main function. In that case, water is a good coolant. Yes, fresh water is good, but fresh water have a couple of inconveniences. One inconvenience is the boiling point and the freezing point. The boiling point is too low. In other words, the fresh water become vapor easily and become ice easily. The coolant with the additives elevate the boiling point and decrease the freezing point. This is very important. Very, very important. In the middle, this is neutral. This is the point where the situation is better. In your body, if you try to keep the pH in 7, around 7, your body is stable. Too much acidity is not good. Too much alkalinity is not good. I'm going to explain later. This is a slide coming from my book of corrosion, and I am going to explain in the class of corrosion in details that situation. But too much acidic is not good. Too much alkaline is not good. Both situations, both extremes. What is the maximum alkaline? 14. What is the maximum acidity? 1. Both of them produce excessive corrosion. Both extremes are excessive corrosive. And this is the consequence. If you use the no appropriate coolant, this is the situation. The coolant attack the external wall of the liner and perforate the liner, and of course at the end of the day enter in the combustion chamber and affect the performance of the engine. In general, the liners, the wet liners, they have the 3 O-rings in the bottom. The top O-ring, normally the color of that O-ring is green, is in permanent contact with the coolant. And some liners, they have another O-ring on top. Okay. In other words, in this area, you always have coolant. This is the situation in outboards. In outboards, what is the first step when you finish on Sunday at 6 p.m. you was using your boat during the day, and you finish, you put the boat on the trailer, and what is the first step? Flush the engine. Flush the engine with fresh water. Because if you let the salt water inside of the block, produce too much calcium, too much magnesium, too much scale on the cavities where the water pass. And after that, when the salt water is moving, the heat transfer is not appropriate, and the temperature of the engine increase and increase and increase. This is a scale. A scale is accumulation of calcium or magnesium in the walls. Okay, in other words, my friend, in a diesel engines is critical the condition of the coolant. Normally the people pay a lot of attention to change the oil and change the oil filter. But yes, I agree, is the most important, of course. But there are other 2 elements that the people never attend, like the oil. Is the air filter. This is, in my opinion, equal than the oil, and the coolant. The coolant, especially in diesel engines, is critical. The coolant is critical because the coolant is the element that help with the heat transfer. It's the element that transports the excess of temperature out. Yeah, this is very important. the coolant is important. For that reason, my friends, in the majority of the diesel engines, I recommend install coolant filter. Doesn't matter if originally the engine doesn't have coolant filter. No, originally the engine doesn't have a coolant filter. I don't need. Yes, my friend, I recommend install the coolant filter. It's not difficult. You can buy coolant with those supplemental additives incorporated. The name of that coolant is the heavy duty coolant. Those are the typical gallons used for heavy duty coolant. If you check in the label, they say that they have incorporated the supplemental additives, and it's 50% of water and 50% of coolant. This is perfect for diesel engines. This is specific for diesel engines, and extend the life of the diesel engines. All right. This is a good antifreeze. There are other ones. I recommend check the manual, check the service manual, and verify if the coolant that you use actually have incorporated the supplemental coolant additives, or if it's necessary added additionally. How much supplemental coolant additives can I add? What happens if I added too much? Is catastrophic? It's not catastrophic. It's not catastrophic, but you need avoid the formation of sediments, the formation of solids. Where can I know if I have sediments? In the coolant reservoir. In the coolant reservoir, in the bottom of the coolant reservoir, there are accumulated a lot of sediments, and the color in the bottom change is because a lot of sediments. Right now we are going to talk the name of the most common sediments and the color, and it's easy to identify. Once again, my friend, it's important check the condition of the coolant. The recommendation is the appropriate coolant recommended by the manufacturer, and yes, you can use additives. The name of the additives are SCAs. You can add the additive solid in pills incorporated in the filter, or you can add the liquid additionally, or you can flush the system and use a new antifreeze coolant refrigerant with the SCAs incorporated like this.